I want to pause because two things happened over the weekend that involved college football. The first was, I believe I saw Ryan Grubb at one point basically say, I'm ready to go, Alabama. We're going to do this.
It seemed to be reported as done deal.
That he was going to stay with DeBoer.
Yeah.
That he had interviewed with the Hawks, but like they...
Well, he had interviewed to replace him as the head coach at Washington, and they went a different direction. And so then he said, I guess I'll go to Bama. And then John Schneider called.
And then the Seahawks called, and a random Seahawk Husky fan went to a random bar and sees Ryan Grubb, Mike McDonald, and John Schneider sitting at a table breaking bread, and that person sends out a photo and says, oh my God, I think they're hiring him. And then it goes into, he gets a bunch of retweets, takes a selfie with Mike McDonald, who's smiling with him, and then John Schneider catches wind that it's just trending on social that he may have broken the news that Ryan Grubb was going to leave DeBoer and Bama.
We haven't signed a contract yet.
And the guy said that Schneider basically reamed him, just chewed him out, and so he deleted it for John Schneider.
That guy better have some sweet seats next season.
I mean, if you're going to yell at me for snapping a photo and then being mad about that, yeah, give me one game with some sweet access, please, and I'll do it. But Ryan Grubb, he's not going to go to Bama. He's leaving Kalen DeBoer. I'm sure Husky fan and, every non-Bama fan got a good laugh at that of DeBoer just losing another piece on his coaching staff and within his program. And now Ryan Grubb, not Chip Kelly, is going to be the OC of the Seattle Seahawks. What do you make of that decision by Seattle?
We'll see.
All right. That's fantastic.
It's all spinning.
Do you like his offense, though? Is it an offense that you watch and you say you think that can work pretty well in the NFL?
And now the curious part, now the whole speculation is the Seahawks are going to finagle the draft to get Penix so he can have Penix and continue on.
I'm not always convinced of that.
I don't know if I buy that.
Harbaugh also said J.J. McCarthy should be the number one player taken in this draft. I think sometimes they have their guys, but it doesn't mean that's going to be their guy.
So, but I think he certainly could help Geno. I think things will look better if Geno's, ends up being the guy next year again.
I mean, if you think Penix can be a guy, it's not. I don't know about their pick in the first round pick.
So it appears to me that the only reason Penix isn't being projected into the first round is just concern about his injury history. It's not anything about his ability to run an offense. It's about his ability to suit up for 17 weeks.
But if you think you can, get him early in a second round because you want to use your first on something else, like let him sit for a year or two behind Geno.
Defensive lineman.
I mean, they need any pass rushing they can get. If Nwosu's not out there, oh my God, are they bad?
Yeah. And then Chip said see ya as well.
Yeah, and this was another story that was like kind of looming out there on Friday as we were doing the show.
Well, there was more and more smoke he was interviewing, and you're like, at what point does UCLA just say go?
I don't say this flippantly, but like at what point does UCLA say we're not doing football anymore?
They need to lean in. Yeah.
That program is in real trouble, man. Like they're going to lose. They've already lost most of their talent. Their D coordinator got poached.
They're in danger of becoming Purdue.
I would argue they already. Why are they not? What did Chip do to make them not? Weren't they like an 8-win team? Isn't that Purdue to a T?
Yeah, but at least UCLA and the Pac-12 had some sort. They're going to get lost in the Big Ten. They're going to be way off the radar, even more than they were.
Brother, man, they were lost in the Pac-12. I think they're definitely going to get lost in the Big Ten. I don't know what they're going to do. And I don't know if this is a college football problem or you're just specifically going to say, nah, UCLA. But a head coach of a Big Ten program in Los Angeles.
They've had, oh, wait, no, it was an ACC program in BC that just had to go through this.
Yeah, but a head coach of a Big Ten program based in Los Angeles, California, just said, I'd rather just coach offense of a team within the conference than be the head coach of an LA school.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a college football program or problem because we've seen coaches bolt a lot here, or if this is just UCLA specific, but that is a wild turn of events.
I think this is a guy that he didn't prefer the recruiting aspect beforehand, and now with the total mass chaos of NIL and the transfer portal, he's like, just stick me in a room with video and a couple of quarterbacks and let's just break down film and come up with plays.
If you think that guy's going to Ohio State doing any recruiting, you're crazy. He in his deal, it probably says does not have to talk to a single
I think they will bring it like on official visits, like if it's a quarterback or something, they'll meet with them just to get an idea of X's and O's, but he ain't.
Based on what I've heard a couple different times about Kelly's time at Oregon, as humming along as that was, as good as it was, I've heard stories about him where it's basically like, hey, how you doing? Great. Yeah. Have a good day.
Yeah.
And that's as the head coach. I can only imagine as the OC, it's like a shake of the hand and hope you're ready to run. 1 minute. I hope you're ready to run. All right. Good luck. And then he'll just go back to his office and shut the door and put on the do not disturb sign. That is a crazy thing to see. A head coach of his team in LA choose to go be the offensive coordinator for another team within his own conference. You just don't see that very often.
Now, there was a longtime personal connection with Ryan Day, so it wasn't just any old, and it wasn't any old program.
I disagree with you.
It was Ohio State.
What job did he not interview for? His name was in every interview.
Well, they were NFL jobs.
No, Swag, I think he would have taken any other college job. I think he wanted out. I think it's abundantly clear he didn't want to break the contract.
Now, did he agree to that before Grubb opened up the Bama OC position?
I want to say they were right there, but he's going to choose the guy that it was his quarterback at New Hampshire.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying is true, but also my only pushback is I think he was looking for any job that was not UCLA head coach. I think that's what Chip Kelly was after. I just didn't think I'd ever see that. But here we are now. Chip Kelly is the OC. I don't know. I'm not claiming this is true at all. And I don't also want to discredit this person because they were right on some stuff during the Pac-12 implosion. Jason Shearer, our old friend at Wildcat Authority, did you see his thing?
I did not.
He's saying that Jedd Fisch interviewed. Now, again.
For UCLA?
Yes.
After the fact.
Just recently. Now, I'll have to go check his Twitter account if he's retracted that report, but I saw that either Friday or Saturday night that he was trying to suggest that Jedd Fisch interviewed, because if Jedd Fisch had stayed at Arizona and this came open, he's taken UCLA far and away before he's taken Washington. And Jonathan Smith was the other name. Had he not taken Michigan State, I don't know if he leaves for UCLA, but UCLA's calling him for sure. He's a Pasadena native. So now I don't know who UCLA is going to hire.
I have no idea where they go.
It's not that they can't turn it around. It's just that, God, that athletic department clearly is in shambles right now. That job's got to be worse than we even know. Just truly awful.
Yeah. And they're going to have more limited resources going to the Big Ten than anybody else.
Well, because of their debt, their deficit. Men's basketball program, that's about it at UCLA.
Not this year.
Well, yeah, a little bit of a rebuilding year. Their baseball team's usually okay, right?
Yeah, but that's college baseball, and as much as we love it, and
it's not the moneymaker.
It's you're just hoping that program sustains itself.
So it's NFL draft season for many, and don't worry, we will dive into the draft because I've become.
I'm wondering what season it is now for you.
Still today, it's football. Now. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday?
Later on this week.
We'll revisit on Thursday. Let's do that. Let's make a note for the show purposes, Swag. Yeah. You be here this week? Are you in all week?
I leave after the show Wednesday. It's our last regular season road trip.
Oh, so are you back Friday?
No, San Diego and Pepperdine.
Oh, so you're gone for the rest of the week?
Yes. Let's Wednesday. Let's do it Wednesday.
I hate you. Let's do it Wednesday.
Why don't you come with me? Come on a roadie. I've got equipment. We can do the show from the hotel room.
You got a spot on that plane? Is it free? Do I get per diem?
I don't get per diem, but I eat with the team.
You talk to the Catholics on the bluff.
All right.
See if they, come on. Last night I saw the commercial. They're washing feet.
We'll go see Marcus down in San Diego.
I'm okay with that. I want to do that, actually. Yes, I'm there. We'll do it Wednesday. What season is it for you Wednesday now? But we'll dive into that. There is some college football tidbits